Hello friends and welcome to another official Junky Spot review. Today with me I have the pretty awesome fallen doll, Rabi. Now the Rabi is a doll that's made out of ABS. It's not made out of resin, so it's more of like a plasticky material that it's made out of, but it is strung together with elastic strings. And there are some areas that have kind of like an S-hook feature type thing, which I'll go ahead and I'll show you in the review. But the main, I guess, selling point of this doll is the fact that it's like an anthro type doll. It's got a rabbit face and it has paws on the hands and on the feet. So if you are a person that loves rabbits, or maybe you like anthro dolls, this is definitely a doll that you're going to want to check out. So let me go ahead and give you guys some stats on the doll. It is coming up at about 30 centimeters in length. Its head is a 6 to 7 inch head. It uses 12 millimeter eyes. We have a chest at 12 centimeters, a waist at 10.5. hips at 14 centimeters. We have a foot that is 3.8 centimeters. So right now that is being offered at the Junky Spot. They have a gray and they also have a white, and I believe you can also order some of them with face-ups as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the review, and I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you so you can go ahead and take a look at the different parts that the Rabi has. First up, let's go ahead and take a look at our head that we have here. It is a very rabbit-like head. I already pulled apart the head cap in the back here, so that's why it's open, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you the rest of the face first before I open it up. This is what our head looks like. Just tiny, slightest bit of teeth that you can kind of see there if you want to paint that in or not. The ears all the way around, they go up to the top up here. Very nice, very smooth. When you go ahead and you go to the back of the head, this is where the head cap is. You'll notice that it's just a peg system that's put into place, so there's not really any magnets or anything that's there that's keeping it together. It's just these pegs. You'll also notice that one of the pegs on this side is shorter than the other. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you have questions about that and you're wondering, oh, mine's broken, it's not. Don't worry about it. That's just kind of how it is. And it's 3 pegs that they have put in place. One that goes at the bottom here, and then the 2 that are here near the eyes. You'll also notice that inside that there is no S-hook, really. There's no S-hook. They put their strings up through those pegs on the top, and that's how the legs are strung together. The arms are on a separate loop of elastic, but these 2 here are for the legs. And these guys come pretty tightly strung, so I mean you really shouldn't have a problem with it, or if you think it's going to be too loose coming in that you're going to have to do any changes. Nah, man, they come pretty tightly strung, so there shouldn't be an issue, which is really good. I think I'd rather have it a little bit tighter than loose, so that way he can go ahead and do the poses that you want him to do, or her. Maybe you're gonna make it a girl. So, but that's what the inside of our head looks like, and so on the website it states that it's a 12 millimeter, and also it says that it's a 16 millimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what the eyes look like. So right here I have 2 packages of eyes. By the way, these are some glib eyes that Junky Spot also offers. These are 12 millimeter eyes. And when you put the eyes in, I know this looks very similar to the Hujo head cap system, and sometimes the Hujo head cap systems have that not plastic, but it's like a silicone eye holder thing. This doesn't have any of that, so you're really gonna have to just put it in with like eye putty and secure it that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop in a 12 millimeter eye so you can see what that looks like. I'm gonna try my best to get my finger in here. That right there is a 12 millimeter eye. That's what that looks like in there. And it fits pretty nicely in there. I mean, there's no gaps or any spaces in between the sides, so it fits pretty flushly in there. This is a 16 millimeter eye in there, and you'll notice it kind of doesn't go in all the way. I mean, you could probably pull it off if you had a lower domed eye, which I'll try to pull one out right now to test that out for you all right now. So this is with the lower, I guess a lower domed eye. And I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, it doesn't go all the way flush to the outside. Okay, so that's a 14 millimeter eye in there now. And that actually sits a little bit nicer than the 16 does. But all in all, I think out of the 3 eyes that I put into the Rabi head, I think the 12 millimeter is probably the best. I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of the mobility now of the body and whatnot. Let's go ahead and start off with the head then. Before I even do that though, let me go ahead and put the head cap back on so you can kind of see what it looks like when we put it on. You're gonna match the pegs. Here I go, matching my pegs. And I'm gonna press down firmly and boop, it goes into place. Our head, it can look up really nicely. So this is it looking up, looking down, which is really good. You can go from side to side. Of course, it does the whole swiveling and all that fun stuff too. Arms, it's pretty much standard to the other Fallen Doll body that they have. There's a USD Fallen Doll body they've made, and it's pretty much the same thing except for the hands have human hands on the human body, and these have animal parts. So, you'll notice a couple of different little random things. One, the shoulder joint here has like these two little bumps here, and that's to kind of lock it into place when it goes out. So it can go out, make like a 90-degree here. It of course can swivel around and all that fun stuff. The elastic is inside there, and you'll notice there's also grooves in there too. So that's another purpose of these guys here. It can go ahead and follow those grooves, so that way it locks the arm into position, which is really nice. Moving into the elbow, it's got like that peanutty piece that's pretty famous in all the other dolls that helps it click into place to do like a 90-degree. And then of course it could click again, so that way it goes towards the face, towards like double jointed. The wrist is pretty standard as well, with the fun extra thing right here, which is kind of like an S hook, I guess you could say. So if you wanted to restring just the arms, you could just pull it off and then put it back onto the hand. It's got this little floating piece here. And once again, like I said, I don't know from the last time I tried this out if this was supposed to be like this on purpose or not, but you can actually click it up and it holds the hand in place. And I'm not quite sure if that was meant to be like that, but I really do like the fact that it can do that. Like it can click the hand and keep it like this until you click it out. So I don't know if that was accidental or if that was purpose, but I think it's pretty awesome. I don't see anything in there that's supposed to like keep it there, but it does it for some odd reason, and I really like it. Right here are the hands. You'll notice they have like an animal kind of look to them. Our torso is a two-part torso system. So we have the upper body right here and then the lower body here. As far as movement goes for that, I'm gonna move his arms up. You can see that he can go backwards. I keep on referring it to a he, but it really could be anything. I guess it could be a girl or a boy. Could go forward, could go side to side. It's got detailing there for a little belly button too. Going down to the legs, now this is where it gets really interesting because there's a lot of different kind of mechanic pieces that make the legs kind of click into place. The actual like socket joint area here has just like kind of like a standard piece and then like the slot for the elastic to sit in, and depending on where that slot is will help it sit or stand. So it really depends on what way this piece is facing, if it's going to be sitting or standing. So that's where you're going to have to toggle with it if you want it to be sitting or standing. The next piece that you're really going to look into is this one here. It's very similar to the joint where the arm is, where it has those two pieces that kind of jut out here and they follow this track here, which creates like traction and also clicks the leg into place. So you don't have like a swiveling thigh joint that's like swiveling everywhere. It has those grooves in there so it can kind of put it into place. When you go down further, you'll see that we have our knee. Same thing as like the elbow. It has like a little peanutty piece that's kind of floating here. And you can actually click it once and then it goes to kind of like the 90-degree angle. You could go ahead and click it again, and then it's folded in all the way. When you go down to the feet, this is another part that has like a floating piece down here, and you'll also notice that they've put in kind of like a hook similar to that of like the S hooks that other dolls have. That's down there too for easy access to strings. And the foot has really good mobility. It can go up really nicely and then it can go down. There's some movement side to side, but not really. I don't think there's any purpose in that if you want it to be side to side. And then of course it can swivel around. And the overall design of the foot is kind of that of an animal also. So you'll see it's got little pads for the animal foot. So overall, I think it's a really nice doll. As far as everything else goes, he can sit. It's a matter of clicking your pieces into place, and then also making sure that like I mentioned earlier, that elastic part is where it needs to be. So this is him sitting. That didn't take much balance or effort at all. If you want to be sitting at the edge, all I have to do is bend the knees, and then he's sitting there at the edge. Not too bad. He's standing. So this is the power of ABS. I'm super unstressed, I guess, because if he were to fall, he's just made out of ABS, which is like plastic, so he won't receive too much damage. And since he's made out of ABS, he's really light, so he can do a lot of these really cool poses and stuff. I hope this really helped anybody that had questions about the Rabi. A really cool, awesome doll if you're looking into anthro dolls. And as always, to check out more awesome dolly goodness, please go ahead and visit the Junky Spot. That's www.junkyspot.com. I hope you guys have an awesome, amazing day, and we will see you in another video very soon. Bye! Gotta wait for the alarm to go off. Slamming on the doors! Doing everything so noisy, I can't even record a video. I can't even record the video in peace.